I lived and worked at a lodge in the woods for several years, doing many different jobs, including housekeeping, kitchen, groundskeeping. And I was out there many nights alone, just me and the bears and the other wildlife, and had many great misadventures. So this happened in the summer of 2019, and I'm going to call it bear shit. One night I woke up to the sound of all this banging out back and went out to find Scar, one of the resident bears, in one of the dumpsters, which were maybe 10 feet behind my cabin. So I gave him shit for being in there. He got out and gave me a look which seemed to say that he thought better than messing with a tired menopausal woman. We did eventually come to an understanding. I told him that he could sit in the dumpster and feed his face, although this stuff wasn't really good for his cholesterol, as long as he didn't make a mess. So every time I walked between the lodge and my cabin, his big furry head would pop up from the dumpster and he'd be like, hey, hey. So his brother, on the other hand, was a total jerk and a slob. And he'd just look at me while tossing bags out of the dumpster like, what are you going to do about it? I was also the resident bat catcher, as they get in the lodge all the time. I even caught 2 at the same time. Believe me, that was a talent. There was one night I stopped by my cabin to make a tea between making 100 beds, and on my way back out, I opened the door maybe 2 inches when a bat flew in. I could hear him flying around in my cabin, but I couldn't see him, which was weird because it was only a room with a bathroom. He eventually went in the bathroom and landed on my shower, so I went in to get him, and he started chattering at me, and I'm just trying to explain to him, I'm just going to put you out unarmed, when he took off on me again. But he came around and ended up in the floor of the shower. So I grabbed a face cloth, grabbed him, and went to put him outside. Whereupon I was dive bombed by another bat after only opened the door maybe 4 inches. So I released him, thought I better relieve myself before going back to making beds, and reached for the toilet paper, only to find that, oh my God, the bat had shit on the toilet paper. So I had to unroll half the roll to find anything that was even usable at that point. Anyway, speaking of shit, I was out in the back parking lot cleaning up some garbage the bears had left, thinking they're not being very respectful, when I see a big pile of bear shit. Hell no. My current salary didn't even come close to me cleaning up bear shit. So as I go to throw the garbage in the dumpster, to my horror, I look between the dumpsters and realize that one of them had shit between the dumpsters. No respect. So there's your answer to that age-old question. Does a bear shit in the woods? A bear shits wherever he damn well pleases.